Have you ever felt like you're constantly chasing something? A better job, a bigger house, more followers, the perfect relationship. It's like we're on a treadmill that never stops. We're told that to be a real man, in today's world, we need to be strong, successful, and always in control. But what if that's not the whole story? What if the key to a truly fulfilling life isn't about adding more, but about understanding more? Let's travel back in time, about 2,500 years ago, to meet a man who had it all. A prince named Siddhartha. He lived in a palace, surrounded by every luxury you can imagine. He had wealth, power, and a beautiful family. By all of today's standards, he was the ultimate success story. But he felt a deep sense of unease, a feeling that something was missing. He saw that even with all the pleasure in the world, suffering, sickness, old age, and death was an inescapable part of life. This realization sparked a journey. He left his palace, his riches, and his old identity behind to find the true cause of suffering and a way to end it. After years of searching and intense meditation, he achieved enlightenment and became the Buddha, which simply means the awakened one. A modern man navigating career pressure, dating apps, and the constant noise of social media. The answer is everything. The Buddhist teachings aren't about religion in the way we often think of it. They're a practical guide to training your mind, a psychological toolkit that is more relevant today than ever before. Let's explore some of these ancient lessons and see how they can radically transform a modern man's life. First, let's talk about desire. We live in a world that constantly tells us to want more. The latest phone, the fastest car, the next promotion. The Buddha taught that the root of our suffering isn't the wanting itself, but our attachment to these desires. It's the craving, the desperate need for things to be a certain way that causes us pain. When we get what we want, we're happy for a moment, but then we start worrying about losing it, or we immediately start wanting the next thing. It's a never-ending cycle! Think about it in the context of your own life. You work hard to get a promotion. You get it, and for a week, you're on top of the world. Then the pressure of the new role sinks in, or you start eyeing the next level up the ladder. The initial joy fades, replaced by new anxieties. The Buddha's wisdom isn't to stop having goals. It's to stop attaching your entire sense of happiness and self-worth to the outcome. It's about learning to enjoy the journey, to find satisfaction in the effort itself, regardless of the result. This is a form of mental freedom that no amount of money can buy. It's the difference between being driven and being dragged. Next, let's tackle the concept of the self. We have this strong idea of who we are. I am a CEO. I am a father. I am an athlete. We build these identities and defend them fiercely. But the Buddha pointed out that this self we cling to is not as solid as it seems. It's constantly changing. Your thoughts, your feelings, your body, your job title day are all in a state of flux. Think back to who you were 10 years ago. Are you the same person? Your cells have been replaced, your opinions have likely evolved, and your life circumstances have changed. So, which one is the real you? The Buddha taught the concept of non-self, which can sound scary, but it's incredibly liberating. It means you are not fixed. You are not defined by your past mistakes or your current job title. This understanding gives you the power to reinvent yourself, to let go of limiting beliefs about who you are. If you fail at something, it doesn't mean I am a failure. It simply means you experienced a failure. This distinction is a game changer for building resilience and confidence. It allows you to be more flexible, more adaptable, and less crushed by life's inevitable setbacks. This leads us to another powerful lesson: mindfulness. This is a word that gets thrown around a lot these days, but its core is simple: paying attention to the present moment without judgment. As men, we're often taught to suppress our emotions. Man up! Don't be so sensitive. The result is that many of us are disconnected from our own inner world. We soldier on, ignoring stress, anxiety, or sadness until it explodes in unhealthy ways. Mindfulness is the antidote. It's not about emptying your mind. It's about observing your mind. It's about sitting with your feelings, even the uncomfortable ones, and just noticing them. There's anger. Okay, that's anxiety. You don't have to act on them or judge yourself for having them. You just watch them come and go, like clouds in the sky. This practice creates a space between a feeling and your reaction to it. In that space lies your freedom. Instead of snapping at your partner because you had a bad day at work, you can notice the anger, breathe, and choose a more constructive response. This is true strength. It's not the absence of emotion. It's the mastery of your reaction to it. Then there's the Buddha's teaching on compassion. This isn't just about being nice. It's a deep understanding that everyone is fighting their own battle just like you are. Everyone wants to be happy and avoid suffering. When you truly grasp this, it changes how you interact with the world. That guy who cut you off in traffic, maybe he's rushing to the hospital. Your boss who seems overly demanding, perhaps they are under immense pressure from their own superiors. This doesn't mean you excuse bad behavior, but it does mean you can approach situations with understanding instead of automatic anger. This is especially important for men. Traditional masculinity can sometimes promote a competitive, me against the world mindset. Compassion breaks down that barrier. It fosters connection and teamwork. A truly strong leader isn't the one who dominates others, but the one who can empathize with his team and inspire them. And this compassion must also be extended to yourself. Self-compassion is not weakness. It's recognizing your own humanity and giving yourself the same kindness you would offer a friend. So how do we apply these ideas? It starts small. You don't need to shave your head and move to a monastery. You can start by practicing 5 minutes of mindfulness each day. Just sit quietly and focus on your breath. When your mind wanders, gently bring it back. That's the entire exercise. You're training your attention muscle. You can also practice letting go of attachments. The next time you feel a strong craving for something, a new gadget, validation on social media, just pause. Notice the feeling. Ask yourself, do I really need this for my happiness? Often, simply observing the desire without immediately acting on it can lessen its power. Practice seeing the world through the lens of compassion. Before you judge someone, try to imagine what their day might have been like. And most importantly, be kind to yourself. When you mess up, acknowledge it, learn from it, and let it go. You are not your mistakes. The path the Buddha laid out is a path of mental training. It's about shifting from being a passenger in your own life, tossed around by external events and internal turmoil, to becoming the calm, observant driver. It's about realizing that true strength isn't about controlling the world outside of you, but about mastering the world inside of you. It's not about being emotionless. It's about being emotionally intelligent. It's not about being passive. It's about acting with intention and wisdom. For the modern man, these teachings offer an alternative to the relentless pressure to perform and accumulate. They offer a way to find peace in a chaotic world, to build resilience that doesn't depend on external success, and to cultivate a deeper, more meaningful connection with yourself and others. It's a journey from being a man defined by his achievements to becoming a man defined by his awareness, his freedom, and his compassion. And that is a version of masculinity that is truly powerful, timeless, and liberating. Thanks for watching. If this resonated with you, consider subscribing for more content on living a more examined life.